I have been doing Wim Hof method training now since I started in like November last year, and then I was diligently doing it every day by January. Um, going in the pool and doing cold therapy for, um, I don't remember how long I did it. I feel like I did it for 7 minutes at the most last year, when the pool was very cold at like 50 or so degrees. And then the other part of Wim Hof is breathing, and the other part is mindset. So I noticed that this week I was out doing stuff and I was not cold. And I'm looking at other people around me who are bundled up and definitely feeling cold, and I wasn't. Um, it was a little chilly sometimes, but we went on a motorcycle at night in Santa Cruz when it was, you could see your breath. So I was able to, was wearing a jacket, but I wasn't freezing cold. And definitely a year ago, I would have been really cold. I'm sitting out here right now and I'm wearing a very light sweatshirt and a light t-shirt, and I don't know what the temperature is right now, but there are people walking around in beanies and puffy jackets. So I could easily take this off and not be cold. I'm just realizing how much this has affected my body and how much better I am feeling overall, in combination with doing a bunch of other things. But this has really, I feel, changed my life, changed my immune system, changed the allergies that I was having to foods. I was reprogramming the vagus nerve, the immune system, the different parts of your brain, your entire nervous system. Your entire nervous system through your body has brain cells in it, it has memory cells, and your nerves go through all the parts of your body. And they all hold on to different memories and different codes of conduct, you could say, that they are telling your body that it needs to respond a certain way when you're exposed to something. And you can get in and out of loops with that stuff, and some people get stuck with that. We all have some things that we can potentially get stuck with for the rest of our lives, and being stuck in those loops. For example, a short-term thing of that is if you get the hiccups. Like, scientifically, I don't know all the science behind this, you're only supposed to have to hiccup one time, but our body gets stuck in that loop and we keep hiccuping. Or sometimes a sneeze, you sneeze and then you keep sneezing and keep sneezing and keep sneezing. Your body can get stuck in that loop. Like, essentially your vagus nerve is telling your body that it needs to keep doing that when it's just stuck. So that can happen with all different kinds of autoimmune disorders and habitual things that you want to break free of. And doing the breathwork, mindset, and cold therapy can really help reset that. It really gets into your nervous system and that in the control of your immune system. So, for example, I had leaky gut, and leaky gut is where you have too big of holes from your intestines that are going to use your bloodstream. And it's supposed to take the right size molecules of food, the nutrients, into your bloodstream. Well, when you have leaky gut, the holes become bigger and food particles that are too big leach into your bloodstream. Now your body can't process those. So your body goes, oh my gosh, this food that I'm eating, let's say potatoes. I'm eating potatoes. These pieces of potatoes are coming through, and your white blood cells, your immune system, are confused and say, wait a minute, like, this we can't do anything with. This must be an invader of some kind. So it starts attacking it. It starts sending out a histamine response so that your body is protecting yourself. It doesn't need to protect itself against that. The leaky gut is sending things through that aren't benefiting you. But then when you eat the potatoes the next time and the next time and the next time, it starts to recognize that those particles of food that were too big are a danger to your body. But it doesn't differentiate between the small particles that can be metabolized by your body and the big particles. that cannot be. So it just sends out a histamine response to all of that food that you consume, all those potatoes or whatever the food is that you consume. And now you're stuck in a loop. Doing the breath work, doing the breathing has been key for me to breaking a lot of these loops, to teaching my nervous system, my vagus nerve, my immune system, that it doesn't have to fight these things that it was stuck in these loops about. So when I had major food allergies at the beginning of this year still, I started doing the breath work as I was eating the foods. So I'd do it a round or 2 or 3 right before, and then I would eat the food that I had previously, like on contact, had rashes to. And then that food would, I would be alkaline, my system would be out of a loop setting, and it would be resetting itself into finding a new norm. After doing breath work, your body is kind of recalibrating. So in that recalibration state, if you introduce the foods, it starts to be confused. It's reprogramming your system. So I started doing that and eating, and I would take a bite and then I do some more breath work. And I take a bite and I do some more breath work. And it was the mindset, it was the breathing, it was bringing the system out of that loop and recalibrating it continuously. And I only had to do this a few times with like each food. Tomatoes were probably my hardest one. That was one of my first allergies, and raw fruits. They have a lot of histamine in them on their own. So yeah, I definitely have had huge success with the way that I've incorporated breath work and mindset and cold therapy into the body. And the cold therapy has a similar response to the body. It definitely resets it. It sends out an adrenaline rush, and as you're in the cold, and it's telling you have to survive. So it's doing this similar thing to when you're breathing. It's recalibrating. It can't focus on those little minute things, like a food allergy or something, when it thinks it's in survival mode. So yeah, I wanted to share that. I'm sure I'll share it some more. It doesn't have to be Wim Hof breathing. You can do this with many, 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 many different breathwork techniques. This has just been what I have used as a tool for myself. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.